And she laughed. I knew she laughed. She's laughing about assaulting Lexie Hull. Now, this was the incident with her and Caitlin Clark a few weeks ago. Now, this happened on June the 24th. Now, this was Lexie Hull last night. You tell me if anything is wrong with Alyssa Thomas. Tell me.
What just happened on the court has fans asking one question. Where's the line? A single play turned an already physical game into one of the most talked about moments of the WNBA season. Now, people across the basketball world are debating whether the league is doing enough to protect its players, and the reactions keep getting louder by the hour. The controversy began during an intense matchup when Alyssa Thomas was involved in a hard collision with Indiana Fever guard Lexie Hull. The impact left Hull holding her face and immediately sparked concern from teammates, coaches, and fans. While the play happened in only a split second, the discussion surrounding it has lasted far longer than the game itself. According to reports, Hull appeared to take a heavy hit that left her with a bloody nose and raised immediate questions about her condition. Although the collision looked serious, any claims about the exact extent of her injury should be treated carefully unless confirmed by the team or league. Even so, the incident quickly spread across social media, where slow-motion clips fueled non-stop debate. For many viewers, this wasn't just about one hard play. It reopened an ongoing conversation about how physical games involving the Indiana Fever have become. Throughout the season, fans have repeatedly pointed to tough defensive plays involving the Fever's young stars, especially Caitlin Clark, arguing that officials have allowed games to become increasingly aggressive. Whether those concerns are completely justified or not, the perception itself has become a major story. Every controversial foul now receives millions of views online, and every replay is examined from multiple angles. That level of attention puts even more pressure on league officials whenever another heated moment takes place. The biggest source of frustration for many fans is what happened after the collision. Some expected stronger disciplinary action, while others believe the play fell within the normal physical nature of professional basketball. As of now, the league's response has remained a major talking point, with supporters on both sides arguing passionately about what should happen next. Inside the Fever organization, emotions also appeared to be running high. Veteran forward Sophie Cunningham has become one of the team's most vocal competitors, and her public reactions have only added more fuel to the conversation. While some praised her for standing behind her teammates, others felt her comments and online activity intensified an already emotional situation. That reaction reflects something much bigger than a single game. Basketball has always rewarded toughness, but every league must also balance physical competition with player safety. When fans believe that line has been crossed, trust in officiating and league discipline quickly becomes part of the story. As highlights continued circulating online, analysts, former players, and fans offered completely different opinions. Some argued the collision was simply an unfortunate basketball play that looked worse because of the angle and speed. Others believed it deserved a much stronger response to discourage similar incidents in future games. No matter which side people support, one thing is clear: moments like this shape the public image of the league. They influence how games are officiated, how players defend one another, and how future physical plays will be judged. Every controversial decision now carries far greater attention than it once did. The debate is far from over, and the basketball world will continue watching closely to see whether future incidents are handled differently. As more games are played, the spotlight on player safety, consistency, and accountability will only grow brighter. So what do you think? Was this simply a hard basketball play, or should the league have taken stronger action? Share your opinion in the comments, because this conversation is only getting started.
Not on purpose. In the end, it was the Fever who got the last laugh. The game, the team run 92-89, but this is hard to forget.
Evanescence.
Oh no, man, we ain't looking at no ads, bruh. We ain't looking at no ads, bruh. Now, the latest drama comes just days after a group of Republican lawmakers waded into the WNBA controversy surrounding Thomas and Clark. 11 Republican members of Congress entered the fray to demand the WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert take accountability for the multiple attacks on Caitlin Clark. The congressmen and women who led by U.S. Representative August Plumfunger of Texas sent the letter to the commissioner, which we all know that made headlines, man. And yeah, man, for her to be doing this again is crazy to me. And what's even more crazy is that people is not,
One violent moment changed the entire conversation around the WNBA, and now fans are demanding answers. What looked like another hard basketball play quickly turned into one of the league's most heated controversies, leaving people wondering whether player safety is truly being protected. The play happened in an instant. Alyssa Thomas collided with Indiana Fever guard Lexie Hull, and the impact sent Hull to the floor in obvious pain. She immediately grabbed her face as medical staff rushed onto the court to evaluate her, while the crowd fell silent watching the frightening scene unfold. Early reports suggested Hull suffered a serious nose injury, but any claims about the exact diagnosis should be considered unconfirmed unless officially released by the team. Even before those updates arrived, social media was flooded with slow-motion replays, and fans began questioning whether the contact deserved a harsher response from officials. What happened next only added more fuel to the debate. The referees allowed play to continue, and there was no immediate disciplinary announcement from the league. That decision frustrated many viewers, who believe the incident should have been reviewed more closely. At the same time, it's important to recognize that claims of a league-wide agenda or intentional favoritism remain opinions expressed by some fans and commentators, not established facts. Still, the lack of stronger action created another wave of criticism, especially from those who believe the Indiana Fever have faced unusually physical defense throughout the season. Inside the Fever locker room, emotions reportedly ran high after the game. Seeing a teammate leave with a painful facial injury naturally affected the entire group. Veteran forward Sophie Cunningham appeared especially upset and made her feelings known publicly. Rather than staying quiet, Cunningham used social media to voice her frustration. She criticized the play and pointed to what she viewed as a pattern of overly aggressive basketball. Her comments quickly spread online, creating another major storyline beyond the game itself. Supporters praised Cunningham for standing up for her teammates, while others argued that public criticism only intensified an already emotional situation. Either way, her reaction ensured the conversation wouldn't disappear after the final buzzer. Now the spotlight is bigger than one collision. Fans want consistency, accountability, and clear standards for protecting players while still allowing physical competition. Whether you believe the officials handled the situation correctly or think stronger action was necessary, this debate is far from over. What do you think? Was this simply an unfortunate basketball play, or should the league have responded differently? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, because this discussion is only getting louder.
Cunningham had a message for the Mercury fans after the game. Caitlin Clark can't help but smile. Sophie Cunningham pointing at the crowd. Now, during the game, Sophie Cunningham taking free throws, I believe. She was getting booed. They were pointing at her throughout the game. So Sophie Cunningham, after coming up clutch late in the game, she decided to do some pointing of her own. She decided to do some trolling of her own. Yeah, so yeah, Superman Soph. Supergirl Soph coming through. Here we go. We got Sophie Cunningham at the end of the game, pointing at the crowd. Maisha Heinz-Allen loving it. But you know what I didn't notice? And somebody pointed out to me? The Indiana Fever coach is always trying to police how their players celebrate. Look at this. Look, Sophie pointed, and then here comes the coach. Get your hand down. Get your hand down. Get your hand down. These coaches are the most miserable group of has-beens I must have ever come across in my entire life. Just a miserable group of has-beens.
One emotional response after the game may have changed the conversation far beyond the final score. What started as frustration over one physical play quickly turned into a much larger debate about leadership, accountability, and how the league handles player safety. Sophie Cunningham didn't hide how she felt. Through her public comments and social media activity, she made it clear she believed the situation deserved far more attention. Her reaction spread rapidly online, bringing even more eyes to an incident that was already dominating basketball discussions. Some fans agreed with Cunningham, arguing that the league needed to do more to protect its players. Others believed the criticism went too far and that the game had simply featured a hard, physical basketball play. Either way, the conversation grew bigger than any single possession on the court. It's important to separate opinion from fact. Claims that league officials intentionally allow rough play or act out of bias remain allegations and have not been proven. Still, those accusations gained traction across social media, where thousands of fans continued debating the league's handling of the incident. Inside the Indiana Fever organization, emotions reportedly remained high after the game. Head coach Stephanie White faced the difficult task of keeping her team focused while players processed what had happened. Moments like these can test the chemistry of even the strongest locker rooms. Reports of major disagreements or internal conflict have largely been driven by speculation rather than confirmed information. However, it was clear that players were passionate about supporting one another and wanted their concerns to be heard. The growing attention also placed the WNBA under an even brighter spotlight. Broadcasters, analysts, former players, and fans all weighed in, making player safety one of the biggest topics in the sport. Every new opinion added another layer to an already intense discussion. Now the focus shifts to what happens next. Will this moment lead to changes in how physical plays are reviewed, or will the debate continue throughout the season? Share your thoughts below. Did the league respond appropriately, or should stronger action have been taken? Your opinion could be part of the conversation everyone is having.
Kyle Copper goes up for a shot, and Michaela Timpson pins this ball to the backboard. Folks, look at that. Boom. Pinned it to the backboard. Come on. Me and her at the backboard. You know what I compared this to? Pinning a layup off the glass is the WNBA equivalent of seeing Haley's Comet. Folks, last night we saw Haley. Well, not we. I wasn't watching. This is the Haley's Comet play of the WNBA. It's like seeing a shooting star. It's crazy work. And then you have dumb old WNBA fans. This is how foolish old WNBA fans. This is how low IQ they are. This is how slow they are. Shout out to CJ So Foolish. This is how slow they're comparing pinning the ball to the backboard, pinning it to the glass. They're comparing that to this weak ass block from Gabby Williams, chasing Courtney Vandersloot from behind and just swatting it off the glass. Folks, a play like that you see, as soon as you're fifth grade, sixth grade, you see blocks like that. Pinning it off the glass, you only see when players are athletic enough to get up there and stay up there. Wow. Let's take a look at Stephanie White. Oh, shit. Locker room cam after our big-time dub against the Mercury. Kelsey Mitchell with the go-ahead basket. Stephanie White, as soon as Kelsey Mitchell hit that go-ahead basket, Stephanie White became erect. I shit you not. I shit you not. Kelsey Mitchell makes that go-ahead basket. Stephanie White becomes erect on the sidelines. And this is her excitement spilling over into the locker room.
One game may have ended, but the conversation it started is only getting bigger. What began as a debate over one physical play has grown into a league-wide discussion about player safety, accountability, and how the WNBA should handle its biggest stars moving forward. For many fans, this is no longer just about a hard foul or a controversial call. It's about whether every player receives the same level of protection and whether league officials respond consistently when emotions run high. Those questions have kept the story alive long after the final buzzer. The Indiana Fever, led by stars like Caitlin Clark and supported by veterans such as Sophie Cunningham, have become the center of that conversation. Their determination and public reactions have fueled passionate debates across social media, sports shows, and fan communities. At the same time, claims of corruption, bias, or coordinated action by the league remain allegations that have not been proven. What is undeniable is that this controversy has put the spotlight on the WNBA like never before. Now the league faces an important moment. How it responds in the weeks ahead could shape future expectations for player safety and officiating. What do you think? Is this a turning point for the WNBA, or has the reaction gone too far? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Boston comes off of being out with a injury to playing fucking 38 minutes. I don't think Caitlin Clark's ever played 38 minutes in her WNBA career. I don't. CC, it's been a fun 5 to 6 years watch you play basketball. Never thought I would rather watch a women's basketball game than many other sports. That was because of you and how you made the games exciting. It's over now. Too many people, lesbian, jealous people, want to destroy you. I don't see things changing in the W unless something crazy is uncovered or Congress does actually investigate. If you are unwilling, and I know and appreciate your morals and integrity, to stand up and actually fight back to these people, it's going to only get worse for you and your career. We are here for you and will always have your back. Damn. Sophie Cunningham trolling the Phoenix Mercury. Michaela Timpson with the greatest defensive play in WNBA history, and she's only in her second year. That shows how much of an athletic freak Michaela Timpson is and how subpar the WNBA has been. And then we have Stephanie White becoming erect watching Kelsey Mitchell go-ahead shot, comparing it to Caitlin Clark's game winner.
The biggest question now is what happens next. Will team and league leaders take additional steps to address growing concerns about player safety? Or will this controversy continue to divide fans, players, and analysts throughout the season? The decisions made from this point forward could shape how similar situations are handled in the future. One thing is certain, the basketball world is paying close attention. Every game, every official decision, and every public response will be watched more closely than ever. If this debate leads to meaningful changes, this moment could be remembered as a turning point for the WNBA. What do you think should happen next? Share your opinion in the comments below. And if you enjoy in-depth basketball coverage, breaking news, and honest analysis, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next update.